The 2D ZNS nanostructure with certain geometries exhibit unique shape dependent characteristics and subsequent utilizations as building blocks for the key components for the nano devices. The various 2D nanostructures such as junctions, continuous island, branch structures, nanoprism, nanoplates, nanosheets, nanowalls and the nanodisk are reported, and the picture which has been shown here that has been developed in our lab. In the case of the 3D nanostructure, the 3D nanostructures have recently attracted the intensive research interest because the nanostructures have higher surface area and supply absorption sites for all involved molecules in a small space. Such materials with porosity in 3 dimension that could lead to a better transport to the molecules, and the picture which has been shown here in this particular slide is also developed in our lab, and the details are given in the picture as well. So, effect of morphology on ZNS nanomaterials as the photocatalyst and the electrocatalyst. The materials which we are using, the concerned morphology and the potential application, and with reference has been given at the last of my talk, which you can see. And ZNS material, the morphology, that is the dandelion like ZNS, raspberry like ZNS, ball like ZNS and the flower like ZNS. And the potential applications are of these particular nanostructures in photocatalytic degradation for methylene blue under visible light using multiple morphology of ZNS. Quantum sized cubic ZNS nanorods, the morphology is nanorods. The potential applications are photoluminescence study of ZNS nanorods. The ZNS nanoflowers grown on graphene, the morphology is nanoflower, and the potential application is a high photocatalyst activity. Well defined mesoporous necklace like ZNS grown on graphene, the necklace like morphology we are getting, and a highly efficient photocatalyst show significant potential application in the water purification. ZNS nanorods, nanoplates and the dandelion like structures, they are used for the enhanced photocatalytic and the electrocatalytic performances and behavior. ZNS nanobelt like morphology, they are used in the enhanced photocatalytic performance as the degradation of the surface absorbed hydroxyl group, and the ZNS dandelion, ball and the flower like morphology which we have developed in our lab, the potential application of these ZNS nanostructures are for enhanced photocatalysis supercapacitors performances. These are the various nanostructures which has been grown in the research lab for energy systems for energy devices at Department of Physics, NSUT, Delhi. The spheres, rods, plates, dandelion, then the raspberry structure, ball like structure, flower like structure, spheres and balls as well. The key features of the zinc sulphide nanostructures for the photo and the electrocatalytic application. Here the pictures of the various nanostructures have been given and the properties which we are using for the potential application has been discussed. For the spheres, nanospheres of ZNS nanostructures, that is the charge transfer resistance of 89.26 ohm, energy band gap 3.57 electron volt, and the crystallite size is 6.79 nanometers, and the potential applications are used as electrode in the solar energy utilization. ZNS nanostructure, rod-like structure, charge transfer resistance is of the order of 9.86 ohm, specific capacitance is 159.10 farad per gram, and the cyclic stability is 72.27%, and it can be used as an electrode in the supercapacitor as well as the photocatalyst. ZNS nanoplates having the charge transfer resistance 25.16 ohm, specific capacitance 121.10 farad per gram, cyclic stability 69.38%, and it can be used as electrode in the supercapacitor as well as the photocatalyst. The next ZNS nanostructures which we have developed in our lab, that is the dandelion, and the charge transfer resistance is of the order of 5.81 ohm, and the specific capacitance, that is the 148.70 farad per gram, and the cyclic stability is 81%, and this can be used as electrode in supercapacitors as well as in the form of the photocatalyst. Raspberry-like ZNS nanostructure, the charge transfer resistance 7.22 ohm, specific capacitance 494.80 farad per gram, and the photocatalytic efficiency is 95.58%, and they can be used as electrode in the batteries. The ball-like ZNS nanostructures, the charge transfer resistance 6.14 ohm, specific capacitance 725.40 farad, and the photocatalytic efficiency is about 94%, that is very high, and it can also be used as electrode in the batteries. Flower-like ZNS nanostructures, that is here also the charge transfer resistance is 6.63 ohms, the specific resistance 625.54 farad per gram, photocatalytic efficiency is 96%, whereas the potential application they can be used in the electrodes in the lithium ion batteries. The sphere-like ZNS nanostructures charge transfer resistance is 9.91 ohm, and the surface area is 72.31 meter per gram, and they are also used as the electrode in supercapacitor. The ball-like nanostructures of the ZNS, that is the charge transfer resistance is 6.91 ohm, and the surface area 143.05 meter square per gram, and it can be used as electrode. It can be used as a electrode in the supercapacitors. This is the another paper which has been published from our lab, that is the surface activity correlation of the mesoporous 3D hierarchical ZNS nanostructures for enhanced photo and electrocatalytic performance. Here in this paper is published in Applied Surface Science by the Elsevier, and we have discussed in detail all the properties of the mesoporous 3D hierarchical ZNS nanostructure and how we are using these properties for the photo and the electrocatalytic performance, and this has been discussed in very detail in this particular paper. So, effects of porosity. Porous characteristics and a large surface area are very much important quality that control the performance and the functional properties of catalyst. Porous materials enlarge the specific surface area and hence the catalytic activity increases. In energy band gap terms of ZNS nanoparticles and nanopores, and it is in energy band gap terms for ZNS nanoparticles and nanopores, it is found that when structural diameter d nanoparticles or nanopores drops lower than a critical value, the energy band gap increases for the particles and decreases for the pores. So, here in the picture you are able to see the loosely packed well structured material, loosely packed uniform particle size, loosely packed uniform particle size and the tightly packed mixed particle sizes that has been shown clearly through the pictures, that is the effects of porosity. So, effects of porosity on ZNS nanomaterials as photocatalyst and the electrocatalyst has been summarized here. The porous ZNS nanosphere, the applications are in the efficient photocatalytic activity and the findings are, that is the asynthesized porous uniform ZNS nanospheres have diameter of approx 300 nanometer and consist of small nanocrystals having a specific surface area 47.43 meter square per gram, and the macroporous graphene doped ZNS aerogel, that is the high photocatalytic activity for contamination present in water, and macroporous reduced graphene oxide nanosheets play a significant role to enhance the photocatalytic degradation performance, since RGO nanosheets have a high electron mobility leading to higher photocatalytic efficiency of the ZNS graphene nanosheet. Mesoporous ZNS high photocatalytic performance, ZNS annealed at 500 degree centigrade showed highest rate of hydrogen production through water spilling after irradiating by the visible light. Porous ZNS microspheres, photoluminescence, photocatalysis properties and the degradation of methylene blue is 94.22% after 40 minutes of the photodegradation, and the porous tube like ZNS applications are electrocatalytic study, reduction of chromium using photocatalysis, degradation of organic pollutants. Arc radius in Nyquist plot of samples ZNS3 smaller that the tells about the more efficient photo generated charge carrier separation, improved photocatalytic activity. ZNS ceramics, porosity and hexagonality effect of IR transmission for spark plasma sintered ZNS ceramics. Hexagonality, charge and characteristics of the residual pore of the microstructures affect infrared transmission of the sintered specimen. The mesoporous 3D hierarchical nanostructures which we have developed in our lab, that is the potential application, the photo and the electrocatalytic performance, and the findings are, that is the porosity, morphology, defect state affect the photocatalysis and the supercapacitor applications. The next one, that is the effects of doping. The introduction of impurity atoms during the synthesis process to modify the properties of ZNS nanomaterials is advantageous and controllable manner to resolve the challenges in the catalysis system. Various doped ZNS nanoparticles have been developed following a range of the synthesis routes that generally exhibited some unique characteristics. Though in the growth of the ZNS nanoparticles, there also exist various problems in current duration. A variety of studies set up that impurities doped into ZNS nanoparticles can influence the physical and chemical properties of the ZNS nanomaterials. So, the potential applications are lithium ion battery, sodium ion battery, lithium sulfur battery, lithium oxygen battery, hybrid supercapacitors and the capacitors for the various applications. Effect of doping on ZNS nanomaterials as photocatalyst and the electrocatalyst. ZNS with dopants, that is the mesoporous cobalt doped ZNS application. The potential applications are photocatalysis performance, photocatalytic degradation of azodiacid, and the findings are that is the 100% after the 480 minutes. NG-ZNS quantum dots, photocatalytic degradation of MO dye and 70% after 3 hours. Copper ZNS, these are the potential dopants with the ZNS. For degradation the 4-chlorophenol and the 100% nearly 100% degradation. Chromium doped ZNS nanoparticles, photocatalytic study on the methylene blue for the removal of environmental pollutants, 95% degradation in less than 18 minutes. RGO with ZNS for the electrocatalytic application in electrochemical caffeine acid sensor, experimental electrochemical activity produces a wide linear range of 0.015 to 61.7 micrometer. ZNS decorated with sodium and with nitrogen and sulfur, co-doped with the carbon polyhedron, electrocatalytic study, ZN-Air battery, high efficiency oxygen reduction reaction catalyst, 176 megawatt centimeter per centimeter power density and the 637 microampere hour per gram specific capacity. So, RGO intercalated with the ZNS nanoparticles as an efficient electrocatalyst, and the ZNS sample exhibits superior durability of 92%. ZNS sphere grown on carbon textile, flexible full solid state supercapacitor, and the ZNS carbon tubes electrode exhibits a high capacitance value of 747 farad per gram at 5 millivolt per second in aqueous LiCl electrolyte. And the graphene doped ZNS nanoparticle which has been developed in our lab, that is for the electrocatalytic study. So, it is having the reduced band gap, high surface area, high electrocatalytic performance. So, this is the paper which we have published in applied ceramic, that is the graphene doped ZNS nanoparticles synthesized via hydrothermal route for enhanced electrocatalytic performance, and all the details of the study has been depicted here in the form of graph. So, the importance of the nanotechnology has been discussed in my talk. The use of nanomaterials is an efficient means for the generation of the green energy. Here ZNS nanomaterials have been taken into consideration. The physical and chemical properties of the ZNS nanomaterials have been investigated, and the ZNS is a green and the highly stable nanomaterial, green nanomaterials would offer leading way for the energy application and catalysis. Considerable progress has been seen for the ZNS nanomaterials outstanding properties and their possible application, and the primary focus of this work is for the ZNS as catalyst. So, various strategies to enhance the catalytic activities have been discussed in detail. Doping with chemicals on some modification in the synthesis process of ZNS possibly will lead in advancement in the properties and its application. Accordingly, this work is on ZNS as the catalyst that put emphasis on engineering the ZNS to an optimal level for exploring its full potential for energy conversion, generation and storage device. So, I conclude my talk with a message: conserve to preserve, do the earth a favor, be a power saver. Save today, survive tomorrow, conserve energy to preserve earth. I acknowledge the sincere effort of all the camera persons and team of the studio of Netaji Subhas University of Technology who have helped me in preparing this invited talk and recording. This is the photographs of my research group who are working at a research lab for energy systems, Netaji Subhas University of Technology. Thank you.